I'll give enough time people to connect to the interpretation. I would like to begin by commending the Egyptian state for this well-drafted and presented report. Actually, when we were in Sharm el-Sheikh, we were told that the report was coming, and it came with all the vigor. I would like to greet all the representatives of Egypt here present. I note that there is an institution which is an umbrella linked to all institutions, and that the year 2022 was declared the Civil Society Day, which several organizations completed their processes and got the legal diploma. But in this report, which was supposed to have a participatory exercise, I did not note such reference. I did not note whether there was a participation of the civil society in drafting this report, and this at the general observation. I'll go to the questions linked to my mandate. On paragraphs 21 and 26, the report refers to the obligation of providing necessary assistance to people with disabilities at the criminal investigation stage, but it does not mention what type of disability. Is it a manifest disability or others not visible disabilities? So the report refers to it on paragraphs 21 and 26, respectively. I also note with pleasure that Article 29 allows citizens whose freedoms might have been violated by a public institution to have the assurance of receiving a compensation by recurring through the National Human Rights Council. I would like to have more details regarding the application of this resource, because it constitutes a good practice to be shared with other countries that face challenges in this area. The report also informs that civils, as a general rule, might be tried, will not be tried by military courts, but there may be exceptional circumstances which have a constitutional coverage on Article 204, but which remit us to the penal code. Could we have a notion of what type of crimes may take civilians to military court, even though there's an equivalence between the courts, but we know that the military court has a specific character. We also want to have some data, if they have, of cases that might have been tried in military courts and whose resources to the Supreme Military Court might have been success, because these will be positive for those detained awaiting military trial. The issue that the country rapporteur might have mentioned, the Commission sent several urgent appeal letters for prolonged detention. Is there any information to be shared, as we did not see in the report? We also would like to have information on the system of judicial assistance, statistics of requests that were granted. Mr. Head of Mission, head of delegation, is the legal assistance system covering victims that might have been suffered illegal detention, which may not have the resource of a lawyer to receive compensation from the state through the mechanisms that I referred? Also, regarding the dual degree of jurisdiction of paragraph 13, I would like to know if it's only for those tried to death, or it's a resource to all, available to all. The Commission sent a commending letter in 2024 to the Egyptian president on the sequence of the release of 600 detainees on presidential pardon. Would like to have more information on this measure and if it covered all kinds of detainees. I only have 2 minutes. In your reaction to the questions linked to prisons regarding the observations in the previous report, I note that there is some development regarding Law 14/2022 with revised 396, and that the prisons are no longer called prisons but centers of rehabilitation. They are modernized and changed the philosophy regarding prisons. This initiative, starting in 2022, is likely that there are practical results to share with us, and I would like to have such information in this dialogue. But I also look at concern that there are no data on detention infrastructure in the country, its legal capacity, and this leads to our current rate of occupation. Carrying on the issue of visitations on paragraph 174 of the report, and to say that the alternative reports which we have access to, their records that over 1,000 detainees that died in detention between 2013 and 2024, 52 deaths in 2022. Our concern is that these deaths are attributed to negligence, and we would like to confirm and have some allegations on the matter. Mr. Ambassador, Excellency, regarding minors, I know that the penal age in Egypt is 15 years of age, and that effectively there are 33 courts for minors, 4 of which are called friends of the child. How are they distributed in the big territory that is Egypt, and how many minors do we have currently in conflict with the law? Are there educational programs to them? If yes, we would like to have some information. Thank you, Honorable Chair. The other questions allow me to send in writing. Thank you very much.